Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm here to tell you about my experience with using Flex Seal spray to repair and upgrade my tent bottom. Now, after a while, tent bottoms, usually made out of polyester tarp material, they tear, they rip, they get holes in them, and it just kind of stops becoming your tent floor and becomes more like Swiss cheese. Now, especially for the more expensive tents that are, well, like one I'm in, I don't want to spend all that money to go out and buy a new one, because then it's just going to have the same problem. Alright, what you're going to need is Flex Seal. Now, there's tons of colors out there. Choose one, go with it. Next, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get your tent out and you're going to have to clean it. Clean the bottom of the tent. Make sure there is no dust, no mud, no grass particles. Everything has to come off. Make it look brand new. I didn't for my tent, or in some places I didn't, and Flex Seal will peel off if it doesn't bond correctly. Now, make sure you clean your tent, because that is a big part of this process. Alright, if you guys use a wet towel, damp rag, wet paper towels to clean your tent off, hose, whatever you may use that involves water, you're going to have to let it dry. Now, if you don't let it dry, the Flex Seal will not stick to the bottom of the tent and will create this weird combination of Flex Seal and water that will never dry, at least anytime soon. So you have to make sure it dries. The best way of doing this is to leave it out in the sun for a little while and just wait till it all dries, or even take a towel to it, then let it dry out in the sun. That's going to be your best option. Okay, guys, now you're done cleaning your tent and you're done letting it dry. It's finally now time to spray it with some Flex Seal. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to spray it exactly like how you would spray paint. Now, it's going to take about 4 to 6 hours to dry fully to the touch, and it's going to take about 24 to 48 hours to fully cure and bond to your tent. And a quick tip for when you're spraying is make sure you have protective tarps down, or you have cardboard down if you're spraying it somewhere where you don't want Flex Seal to be, because this stuff will not come off of most materials such as concrete, pavers. If you do have a larger tent, then I probably do suggest buying something along the lines of Flex Seal and then taking a tarp to it and then sandwiching the Flex Seal and the tarp together to the floor bottom to essentially on another tarp. So Flex Seal is going to take about 24 to 48 hours until it cures and dries properly and it forms a great bond. Now, I didn't really follow that process and it seems to be working out okay. I let it dry for about 4 to 6 hours. I folded it up and put it in the garage because I don't have a place where I can store this for long terms. If you have a warehouse or some kind of larger shed, or if your garage is available, unlike mine, then that would be a perfect place to do this because it keeps it out of the elements. It keeps things like dust particles, leaves, twigs, things such as bird poop, anything like that off of your Flex Seal, so then it doesn't get stuck and embedded in it. Now, after about 4 to 6 hours, you don't have to worry about that because it should be dry to the touch. Now, I really like the outcome of what I did to my tent. It adds some good stability to the tent floor itself, and I'm not as afraid of ripping a hole through it if I have things such as tables or a cot in it. And quite honestly, I even let my dog in my tent, which is something that I don't generally do because they got nails that can go right through things such as a thin tarp tent. And I have had no problems except the flaking off of the Flex Seal, which is a user error on my end because I didn't clean it fully, which you should clean it fully if you're going to do this. And if you don't, then expect the same results as me, but I plan to fix it later on. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.